She made this t-shirt that says, I heart you.
Welcome to my universe. Welcome to my universe. We back. Yes. We go get into the Hierophant card today. And this one comes with many different aspects, many different levels. So I'm just going to try my best to make this short and touch on a few. How y'all doing tonight? Me, I'm good. I had better days. I actually was feeling a little down today, but I'm okay now. And yeah, because I was just reflecting on my ancestors and whatnot, you know, reminiscing about the past, going back to snatch up all the good memories and things of that nature. But now I'm here getting ready to do this Hierophant card. Like I said I would, because I resurfaced the High Priestess card, because they storylines go together like the Emperor and the Empress. So moving on to the next phase. Yes. Another one who is grounded in his foundation. Now, this energy represents your belief system, far as what you choose to believe in, whether it be Jesus or God or the Most High. Some, like the Catholics, they believe in the Pope. That's why, when these cards were created, they basically drew the images and the symbolism dealing with the Pope, but that's just the symbolism. That's not the exact aspect that is being described when it comes to the ancient teachings. That was just, in them times when they were drawing symbolisms and, doing the art of the cards. They came up with that image. However, you see this Pope here, he's throwing up the two fingers, which is basically wielding I want to say wielding the things that you need to have to be able to be strong within your journey, strong within your belief system. Um and that is another symbolism for it being the Pope. So let me see. All of these symbols that are on this card are very important. However, I have not had the liberty to study them all because there is so much plethora of information on this one card alone. But however, I'm gonna stick to the basics. The two monks represents the I want to say the lilies and the roses, because one is dressed in, like this monk right here is, he's draped in roses, and the other one is draped in lilies. And what that symbolizes is the heart and the soul. So now you're getting ready to deal with the heart and the soul matters. And of course, you have to go through whatever you choose to believe in as source. And for me, I don't like labels. So the closest thing for me, I started off, I'm not going to hold you, I started off in church, like everyone else might have. Not everybody started off in church, but I definitely did. And I quickly was able to catch on to the story of Jesus. I paid attention more to the message than the story itself, because the message was what's the most important thing you were supposed to take with you. And, plant the seed of that message in your heart, because that would have got you to Christ consciousness to be able to, understand how to operate in this life. So dealing with Christ consciousness is more matters of the heart, having an open heart to receive and to be a giver at the same time. And that's what Jesus was all about to me. And the way love was explained when it came to Christianity, I was able to grasp that really fast as well, because it, it was basically divine love that was being described. In fact, I wrote about it in my journal, because I was just channeling the matters of my heart at the time. But I'm going to basically let you know how love was able to, I was able to give birth to love within me through all of the things that I had learned dealing with Christianity, and, dealing with the Most High, and how to have a relationship with it. And when I talk about the Most High today, I'm talking about the all, the teachings of the all. The all is mind and universe is mental. That method, the one that comes out of the Kabbalion, because that's the one I most resonate with today, because it doesn't come with a label. And so that's why I went that route, So, but here it is. I said love is the highest of the high. Your perception will change quickly when you find it. You can have everything in this world that this world deems successful, talking about, like on a mundane level. But if you have not found love, meaning, the divine love, the unconditional love, that peace, the spiritual love, then life will become bland. What love am I describing here? Pure, authentic, unconditional love, divine love in its essence. Does it exist? Yes, it does. Once you discover it, whether it be agape or brotherly love, those aspects, all the way to the aspect of self love, because I believe so far, self love is the last aspect, the last lesson you will have to go through, because, like, source will lead you back to yourself, because source starts within. But we tend to, go outside of self looking for it, because that's where the learned behaviors begin. It taught us to look outside of ourselves. But when you get away from the learned behaviors and you start reprogramming yourself with your intuition instead of what you have learned on the outside of yourself, then once you reach source, source will lead you right back to yourself, where it all began. Everything comes full circle. Whatever you put out in the universe is going to come full circle. And I definitely was one that put love out in the universe, because I wanted, to have that within me, brewing within me. So it led me back to myself. So self love, and not on a selfish level, because some people get that misconstrued. They think when you talk about being in love with self, then you have to be selfish, and the boundaries of, I'm gonna do what's best for me, and I'm not gonna consider, anything else besides that. And that's so untrue. When we speak of self love is learning how to properly love yourself, so you'll be able to extend that same love to everyone else. And that love does not come with trying to change or alter anything in life. It comes with acceptance. You have to accept things the way they are, and not try to manipulate change, or, what do they call it? Convert it to do something to your satisfactory. Put it that way. So Love is unchanging and love is full of acceptance. And it also comes with abundance and everything else. In spirit, I'm talking about spirit because you have to have abundance on the inside before you can manifest it on the outside. That's if that's what you choose in life, to have an abundant life on the outside. And I know we all do to a certain extent, but I also come to find out that everybody abundance don't look the same. Not everybody's chasing or running after the abundance that the world deems successful and abundant. Because I mean, like, I'm not gonna steer too far off that path. Just know that everybody abundance don't look the same. Okay, so now the order I found it in talking about love was divine essence first, because it taught me how important we all are. Because we all are, well, let me take that back because I don't really like to use that word important, but we all matter. That's why we are here. And that something will love the idea of us enough that we will become a manifestation ever or anywhere. Let me repeat this. It taught me how important we all are, that something will love the idea of us all enough that we will become a manifestation ever or anywhere. That's like, if you hear something loved you and manifested you into reality along with yourself. So that, to me, that is like the best way to describe love and purpose, and why it's important to, get on a path and seek out your purpose. So you could be doing the things that you are meant to do down here solely. Okay, then further I learned in the womb of my mother, then after I got here, because she cared enough to keep me safe when I was a defenseless babe. Then as I got older, to when I can talk and walk even, though, or excuse me, because sometimes I can't read my own writing. Well, because when I start catching downloads, I just write them real fast, and this was my own. So then, as I got older, to when I can talk and walk, even though there was traumas, the divine and the universal cosmic energy, as well as nature, did the rest. Although my mother were in traumas of her own, it still taught me to look after her for the gesture she had learned to do for me from her own divine perception of what love is. Then the divine should showed me when I was ready enough, long after the hard lessons of, cultivating and developing this divine love within myself. Then it was time to pair up with someone else who was ready to pair up with me, because we both graduated to self love, meaning, we both landed in that area of life. So now I have a love of my own, like my significant other. And I'm not going to use the label soulmate and twin flame and all. I'm not using it because, like I said, I'm trying to get away from the labels. Just know that we are a manifestation as one, and we operate as one, and everything is in alignment for us. Okay, so now, let me see. Of the divine essence and what it really means, because there is a man-made version of everything the divine has created, even love. Yeah, because once the two come together and they, realize they are in the divine essence of love, meaning, soulmates, twin flames. So now they on a path together as one, force. Then they come to find out that, there's two different aspects of love that they had to deal with in life while they were going through these lessons. And the one is the human version, the man-made version, and that one is created based on conditions or survival mode. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you find people saying, "Oh, I love this person because," or this person is great because of that, and that's why I love. When love comes with a because, it's no longer unconditional; it's conditional. Love should just, for me anyway, love should just be built on acceptance. I accept that person for who and what they are. I accept that thing for who and what it is. I accept this place for who and what it is. I accept all for what it is. I don't even want to change it. I understand it now. And I'm walking in this aspect of love because I have I gained more understanding. And that's through experience, not you know through learned behaviors. Somebody had, like, you went within and cultivated all of this. You did the work on the inside, put it that way. But that was just a short tidbit before we got into actually dealing with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant, you know how they say God is love. This is the Hierophant, because now the Hierophant is like another aspect of a guide, like, the high priestess, because the high priestess guides you with intuition, and the Hierophant guides you within your knowing. Now it's about to teach you how to get to your knowing and how to align with your higher self. And I'm gonna take some notes from different places, so you will have a more broader understanding of it, because I'm not about to sit up here and try to articulate it from my own understanding, because I feel like it's better to have both aspects, so that way that you can get a better understanding. And like I said, sometimes this stuff can be hard to explain, because sometimes this stuff is not meant to be explained. It's just meant for you to understand and walk the walk, and not just be talking about it and stuff. So, all right. So the Hierophant is based on versatility and freedom. This is when the fool learns about accepting his intuitive nature and manifesting connections through higher wisdom by acknowledging his higher, or his strong sense of knowing. And this is what the Hierophant is here to teach us when we end up dealing with that energy. He also upholds his core values and morals responsibilities. The Hierophant is the carrier, transmitter of spiritual and wisdom. So he's like a transmitter. Like I said, the high priestess is more intuitive, but the two halves that I explained with the emperor and the empress is the same for the Hierophant and the high priestess. He represents the evolved mind, while the high priestess represents intuition, dealing with the evolved heart. Okay, so the Hierophant and his counterpart, the high priestess, by learning from both, the fool's personality is integrated, or has integrated both. The fool's personality, his connection to spirit, is encouraged through developing his inner sets of knowing and his intuition. Like I said again, the Hierophant and the High Priestess. This is what these two aspects deal with, because they're getting you through the alignment process. So that way, once you get aligned with these two, then you won't I'm not gonna say your challenges and your obstacles are gonna go away, but you're definitely gonna know how to deal with them through balance. Because like I said, this is all about balance and energy, definitely vibration and frequency. Um Now it can be handled in the mundane, but it just, once you align yourself with the authenticity of yourself, which comes from all of this, then you will be able to, like, it won't be so hard after a while. And some things you may tend to forget, and some things, it'll come to you at ease. So now, let me see. He is now encouraged to find higher purpose. Yeah, because that's what you're supposed to do now that you don't been through the lessons. Now the best thing for you to do is to find your purpose in life. You ain't gonna want to, just keep doing what you've been doing. It's kind of hard for you to go back to doing what you've been doing. So like people say, I want to go back to being normal. Ain't no such thing as going back once you get this far. You didn't come this far for no reason. Okay. So once he's dealing with his higher purpose to his existence, his destiny, the high priestess represents the secret or hidden knowledge or for the ethereal world, and the fool must now obtain the revealed knowledge and wisdom of the Hierophant to fulfill his earthly desires. Between the celestial parents, the full personality is now balanced, integrating the feminine receptive side with the masculine action side. So yeah, just like the emperor and the empress, because this is where they source of alignment comes from. It's like if you embody all of what the emperor and the empress had to embody to become successfully balanced, and those two energies being paired together to become a whole. Now you have another half of a half all over again, and now you have to align with the Hierophant and the High Priestess, and that will make the other half. So now you like a better force. Put it that way. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but it's like the more you align, the more your strength becomes a force, and it's not a force for you to be able to abuse this energy. You don't walk around like a tyrant now that you have all of this energy and force from being in alignment with the source, and being alignment with your heart. Because some people, like, man, you have to let all of the things that no longer serve you, including the ego, to take a back seat. So, and this is the work that has to be put in when you want to, try to become your better self. When you working on self, working towards, being better for your own self, not to satisfy anything outside of you. You will have to want to authentically want to be better to be able to get here. What else? And that's the gist of the Hierophant and the High Priestess. But really, this is about the Hierophant. But that's the gist of them two being in the upright. Now, the Hierophant, in reverse, you know what that means. Now that you got all this influence and power from the source, you out here running them up. You abusing your power. Now you are basically practicing things you have no business practicing, and you are using it and abusing it for yourself. Like, you're not considering people at this moment. You're not considering the purpose. You're basically about your own selfish gains at this moment. And there's so many ways that can go, but I'm gonna just touch on go as far as date, because like I said, I wanted to make this short. I did not want to get into it that much, because it is kind of getting late right now. It's what, 10:38 over this way, and I want to try to get me some rest so I can wake up on a better note, because I have been slacking in my rest, trying to, you know, do a whole bunch of things at once, multitasking. And my significant other had got on me about this, so I'm gonna go listen to him. So I just wanted to touch on this Hierophant card to tell you that I'm not talking about these two energies, the high priestess and the Hierophant, or the high priest, as if they were separate, because they're not separate. They are one energy. They're just two different aspects and two different archetypes of that energy, which you will call source, God, Jesus, Buddha, whatever you feel that resonates and is right for you the most. Because I always tell you to do what's right for you. Like I said, it's okay to take advice as long as it fits your needs and what's right for you. And you gotta love, live life, man. I love live life because I love learning. I love, getting more and more of the things I need to be able to, overcome my obstacles and challenges in life and in my own sufferings. And like I said, doing the work is gonna, basically help you in whatever you would call a discomfort in your life. And, you know, later on, the more and more, like I said, you do the work, the more and more you'll start to see some of those things are needed. Because if it weren't for, some of the chaos and pain that's down here, then you wouldn't really find value in the work that you're doing to try to be better. So today, more and more, I walk more with acceptance, and I'm just sharing. I'm just a messenger. Like I say, I don't know everything, but however I can share my experiences. And with that being said, I hope y'all have a good evening. Love, live life. And just, man, be in gratitude. That's what we shooting for. Gratitude. Gratitude in all you have and all you do. And go with the flow. Like water. Alright, I'm out.
Everybody can go, though, beat it.